watching Young Famous and African, and I was like, okay, let me do a little bit of a review or a recap or whatsoever. I mean, I watched it the first time, but it was just, I was not concentrating. Let me put it like that. I was not concentrating, but now I finally had the chance to concentrate. The first time when I was watching it, I was busy. I was busy. Anyways, hey guys, it's a girl from Hampani, and welcome back to another video. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're a regular, thank you for supporting my content. Now let's get into the video. A lot was happening in season 3. I honestly wasn't expecting that. Yes, I know that the whole group has drama and all of that, but I honestly wasn't expecting like everyone to be hectic. In my opinion, everyone was just hectic. Everyone was just going through the most, and I think that's why they all displayed different behavior when they were together and all of, because some of the fights were unnecessary. Honestly, they were unnecessary. Because some of them you could just tell her, this was really unnecessary. It could have been resolved if we had talked it out or something. Because I mean, yeah. So let's start with Zari's wedding. One thing about Zari, she will go out. She will go out. It does not matter if it's an event, and even her outfits were on fire. Like, one thing about Zari, she literally is the type of person, the type of lady, I mean, who always goes out. Her wedding was so beautiful. Like, whoa, it was just a beautiful wedding, right? I am honestly surprised that Zari invited Fantana, because last season they were always at each other's heads, right? They were always at each other's heads. They were always biting each other's heads. Like, oh, they were always fighting. Because I don't know, I think there was a little bit of jealousy involved there and there. But yeah, we're not going to be talking about last season. So I was honestly surprised that she invited Fantana. I mean, they didn't get along. Fantana and Zari, they didn't get along. So I was honestly surprised, because last season a lot was just going on between the two of them, right? But let's give it to Zari, guys. Zari is a boss lady indeed. She invited Annie when Annie didn't invite her to her wedding renewals, vow renewals, yeah, to her vow renewals. So that was kind of like a boss move. Like, she was showing her how to do it. I mean, we all in this thing together. Yes, we have our differences, but that doesn't mean that when I host something, I shouldn't invite you. That's the message that I think Zari was conveying. And to me, I think it worked, because it kind of made Eddie feel bad. Remember, during one of the confessionals, Eddie was like, I'm surprised and I'm touched that Zari invited me when I didn't invite her to my vow renewals and all of that. So that's how you do it. You invite. Even Annie and Zari, they didn't get along last season. Like, any ticket person, I was like, I'm not going to invite her to my wedding, to my vow renewals. She's not going to be here. She's this type of person, blah, 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 blah. And now when it's Zari's turn, she was like, no, I'm going to invite her. I'm going to show her that this is how we do it. No matter our differences, I still want you here. Now let's talk about Fantana and Luis. Yo, Fantana is low-key funny. She's low-key funny too, because honestly, that girl is literally living in her own bubble. Fantana she's low-key funny. I like her personality, but at the same time, it annoys me because, but I'll get into detail. Fantana likes to be pursued, right? She said it on episode 1 that Diamond is the type of guy whereby he pursues her, and Luis is the type of guy who does not do that. So Fantana, in my opinion, she likes guys who pursue her, and Luis is not the type of guy who's going to pursue. He's going to pursue for the first time, and when you're not reciprocating the energy, he's going to leave you alone. So now that Luis left her alone, she, in my opinion, she kind of developed this jealousy that came out of nowhere. That, okay, why is this guy no longer pursuing me? That's why they had that. That's why they fought. And honestly, that fight was really unnecessary, in my opinion. It just involved jealousy. It just showed that these people still like each other. Luis, he respects boundaries. Like, he respects boundaries. I think that's why he stopped pursuing what's her name, Fantana. maybe he saw that, okay, Fentana likes Diamond, so what's the point of me still pursuing her and all of that? So he respects boundaries. I mean, somehow they are friends. He's the type of person whereby he will do something, and when you cross the line, he will just leave you alone. Season 3 had so much drama, and I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna cover the important parts, the parts that I think were necessary. Now, Annie, in my opinion, Annie is a straightforward person. I don't think she was trying to be spicy or anything. I mean, she was just stating her opinion, right? She was just stating her opinion, talking about the responsibilities and all those other stuff that she said. So Annie is a straightforward person. The way I see it, she's a straightforward person. Addresses she immediately addresses the elephant in the room. Let me put it like that. That's how I analyzed her this season, because the past few seasons I wasn't really paying attention to her. So this season I realized that Annie's the type of person that she'll address the elephant in the room. The only mistake I feel like she made was addressing the elephant in the room at the wrong place. I mean, we are at a wedding, and the person who invited me to this wedding, she and I weren't on good terms, and now here I am starting unnecessary drama with Nadia at her wedding, right? So that's why I feel like that was really unnecessary. She could have at least waited for the wedding to end, and or she could have at least asked Nadia to go somewhere with her, and they could have talked it out instead of talking about it there at the wedding, right? At the wedding. So now it drew unnecessary attention, especially for Zari's kids, seeing that they were in front of them. So yeah, that's the only mistake I feel like she made. She could have at least waited for the wedding to end, or she could have at least waited for them to go somewhere else. She could have asked for them to go somewhere. I mean, you got invited to my wedding, and now you're talking about my husband. That was uncalled for. She was expressing her opinion. But nah, she shouldn't have done that there, right? She could have kept it to herself. Let me put it like that. And I also noticed that she doesn't think. I also noticed that Eddie is the type of person who doesn't think. She doesn't think. She just talks. There's a time and place for everything, honestly. Any confronting Nadia at Zari's wedding like that, nah, that was unnecessary. Now let's talk about Kifila. Kifila, I always see her trending on Twitter and all of that. Like, I never really paid much attention to her, right? When she first came in, she gave me her personality in general. She gave me this she gave me this petty personality, right? So first of all, you are a plus one. I feel like Kifilo is used to attention, to being the only one who gets attention, right? I feel like she's used to being the one um who's always in the spotlight. So now that, and another thing that I realized, she went to the show with a motive. She went to the show with a motive. That's why I feel like she did that deliberately. That's why I feel like she did that deliberately. Walking in the middle of the ceremony and all of that thing at the beginning, that was really unnecessary. She could have waited for people to sing or something instead of just barging into the wedding like that. Annie, Annie's not okay, honestly. She's not okay. She's not okay. Even when she made a statement, I think it was on episode 2 or something, about if if that's love, then I'm happy for them, something like that. Man, that is love. Those people love each other. So Annie, Annie just has a lot on her plate. Annie just has a lot on her plate. That's why she just talks. You know, when you are emotionally drained, when there's just so much going on in your head, man, you don't think, you just talk. The thing I realized about Nadia is that she will treat you exactly how you treat her. Number one, you confronted me at Zari's wedding and you're already throwing insults and all of that. So now Nadia gave me these vibes that she's the type of person who holds on beefs, right? She will hold on to the beef, and yeah, just know that once you beef with Nadia, it's gonna be forever. That's how I saw her this season. Like, she's the type of person who doesn't forgive easily, and she takes her beefs seriously. Zari, man, I don't get her sometimes. Like, I've been trying to figure Zari out since season one, and I just can't get her personality. Like, I don't understand her. One thing about her, she will throw shade. Period. That statement she had, that she made about Fantana, that at least Fantana has different niggas to holler at. I mean, it started off with her, I think, asking Nadia if she's still single and whatnot. And Nadia was like, yeah, I'm still single. It's a desert, this and that. And then she said something like, at least at least Fantana has different niggas to holler at. Like, why would you say that? Or that's got nothing to do with you. That's got nothing to do with you. Whether Fantana has different niggas to holler at, whether Fantana's seeing different guys or whatnot, that has got nothing to do with you. So the way I see it, she likes inserting herself. She likes inserting herself into things that's got nothing to do with her. She likes creating unnecessary beef, man. She likes creating unnecessary beef. Even bringing up Kifila's fake wedding. I Zari, like, that is why I'm like, I don't really understand her. I don't really get her sometimes, because like, I don't get her, honestly. Fantana needs to confront her feelings, because I mean it's clear. I mean, it's clear as the sky that she still likes Louis. She still like Louis. But the way I see it, Fantana is into bad boys. She's into bad boys. That's why she has this thing for Diamond, right? And she's moving slow for Louis, right? The way I see it, Fantana is into bad boys, and Louis is a he's not a bad boy. He's not a bad boy. He's just a calm, chilled guy, right? So now it's a matter of, this guy's not my type. The way I see it, it's a matter of, this guy's not my type. Why do I have feelings for this guy? So I think that is what is happening with Fantana. Like, her heart is disappointing her. Her heart is disappointing her, and she's trying to run away from that feeling that she might have feelings for Louis. I like how Zari is the type of person who takes accountability sometimes, right? Like, Shakib, Shakib is her soft spot. Shakib is her soft spot. Any chance she gets, let me say, she mistakenly becomes disrespectful towards the group or Shakib, she's going to apologize to Shakib. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. So I realized that Shakib has her heart. Shakib has her heart, and that he brings out the soft side in her. One thing about Diamond, like, even though he's a player, like, Diamond is a player. He's a certified player. That guy knows to take. That guy knows how to of his woman. Like, Diamond is very romantic. We should give him that. That we should give it to him. He's a very romantic guy. For a Betty, Fantana is dumb. Like, oh, Fantana, I don't know if she's slow or what is going on with her. Like, bruh, it is there. Everyone is against your relationship with Diamond because they can see Diamond for who he really is. Why are you the only one who's still closing their eyes? Like, why can't you open your eyes and see Diamond for who he really is? And then at the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe she's just playing along. Maybe she's just playing along. She's just in the relationship for the benefits and whatnot. Because, man, it's there. It's in the open that this guy doesn't love you the way that you love him. Zari and Diamond, they still like each other. That one, those two, they still like each other. Like, the whole group, like, there was just so much going on with them, honestly. There was just so much going on with them. But side note, shout out to Shakib's parents. Like, yo, that guy is a man. That guy is a man. I like how Zari will instantly put you in your place. You come with shit, I will give you shit. She doesn't tolerate nonsense. Zari doesn't tolerate nonsense. I like her maturity. Like, she had every right to pull Kifilo aside at the wedding and ask her, okay, what is your problem? Why did you walk into the middle of my wedding like that? But she chose to remain calm, She was like, okay, this is not the time and place. But one thing about her, she will put you in your place and she will dig up every skeleton, like she said, she will dig up every skeleton about you. One thing I realized, Zari is the type of person that you don't want to have beef with. You don't want to have beef with. Like Zari will literally dig up every skeleton that you have, and she will bring it out in the public as if it's nothing. Kaylee is the sweetest in the group, man. Like she's just so sweet. She's just so sweet. She doesn't like fighting. She doesn't like conflict. She's just so sweet. She barely fights. Yeah, Amy just she needs to take a break from everything, from social media. Even coming back on YFA, I think she shouldn't have done that. She should have just stayed at home and spent time with her family. Remember, she did mention that she had a miscarriage and that she had no one to talk to and all of that. But that's a bold move. Somehow I applaud her. I applaud her honestly for not talking to the group about what had happened to her, because one thing I realized about that group is that they will always hold something against you, especially when you guys are fighting, they will bring it up. So to me, I don't think any should tell them, or anyone in fact, in that group, that she had a miscarriage, because they're not loyal, man. They're not loyal. Yo, Louise, that hug with Zari, it was really unnecessary. I mean, her husband is there. Now where you were just there, being, I don't want to say romantic, but let me just say that hug was unnecessary. It was really unnecessary. If it, if it, I don't. She's petty, right? I think it was where, I think it was on episode 4. She was talking about she's going through the most separation, this and that. Was she really crying? Was she really crying, or were those crocodile tears? Because I'm light skinned, number one, and I was expecting her to be red, you know. I was expecting her to. Man, I didn't really see any emotion from her. I feel like she was just pretending to get the group's attention. Because man, I didn't see any tears. Maybe I'm the only one who didn't. Maybe I'm just exaggerating or something. Like I didn't see any tears. I didn't see any emotion. Like I feel like she was just pretending, honestly, because I'm light skinned, and anything. Let me say, whenever I express my feelings, whenever I express my emotions, whether it's me crying, shouting, talking, even when I'm happy, I turn red. So Kifilwe, she's light skinned. She was crying. She was crying. There were no tears. And she was not red. No matter how much makeup I put, guys, whenever I express my emotion, I turn red. So Kifilwe, she has this main character syndrome. Now let's talk about Naked. Naked is nonchalant. He's very nonchalant. He does things to please people. Proposing to Kelly, I think it was just a way for him to, like, you know what, I don't want to lose my woman. Let me just get this over and done with. Because why did it have to take Kelly to say, I'm moving out? Or why did it have to take Kanye to talk you through the whole thing? Okay, yes, I understand that he might have trauma. I mean, yes, not he might. He does have trauma from his past relationships, past marriages. 2 of your marriages failed. So now I think he has this narrative that, nah, I'm not supposed to get married. I think that's how he thinks. But this is someone that Kaylee's always there for Naked, right? Kaylee's always there for Naked. She loves that guy. She loves that guy. Like, she loves him. So shut her up. Yo, but Diamond really wanted to have a baby with Fentanyl. Hey, I feel like him losing a relationship with his kids, with Zari's kids, him and Zari's kids, I think that is why he was excited when he heard that Fentana might be pregnant. But remember that he no longer has a close relationship with his kids. He did mention that he no longer has a close relationship with his kids. I think that's why he was disappointed. He just wanted something that was going to stop him from, you know, remembering his situation right now. Like he just wanted something that was not replace, not replace his kids. Like he just wanted something that was just closer to home. Let me put it like that. I think he was just happy because now he just wanted something that was going to cover that um he no longer has a close relationship with his kids, right? So I think that's why he was genuinely sad. I mean, he was sad. Something that was going to fill that void that he now has. So I think that's why he was sad. Fentana needs to stop being delusional and accept that she's just a toy. She's just a toy to Diamond. Ain't no guy that's serious about you is gonna talk about the things that you guys do in closed doors. That was disrespectful. It does not matter if you're seeing this girl or not. That's not a way to talk about someone that you're having intimacy with. Out of everyone in the group, I wasn't expecting Zari to be the one who looks out for Annie, honestly, because their relationship is on and off, truly speaking. So I'm kind of surprised. Annie needs to work on her mental health, man, because I realized that her health has really deteriorated. That's why she misinterpreted Swanky's her and Swanky's situation. To her, Swanky was talking about a voice note. There is Swanky saying that I heard you on the phone. I heard you on a call with the manager or something like that. There was no voice note mentioned. There was no voice note mentioned. So she needs to work on her issues because now they are making her create false narratives with people who genuinely care for her, right? With the ones who love her. Honestly, I feel like Ini was doing too much. She was doing too much. That's why I said some of the fights were unnecessary. Luis just wanted moral support. I mean, you went through this. Luis did explain that he did explain what was going to happen and whatnot. So he just wanted moral support, seeing that Ini did surrogacy, right? So that was Luis just wanted moral support, man. You could have just stated from the get-go that I don't really feel comfortable. Like the way it was just a misinterpretation, honestly. It was just a misinterpretation of the whole situation. They both over not they both overreacted. Ini overreacted. Ini overreacted. To her, I don't know. I feel like she thought Luis was making fun of her situation and whatnot, whereas Luis just wanted moral support, right? And then when she was with Swanky narrating the whole story, narrating everything narrating the whole story, she referred to Luis as a surrogate boy. That surrogate boy. That surrogate boy. Like, nah, that was uncalled for, honestly. You see this thing of having favorites. Now Swanky was twisting Luis's words, and he just came up with his own narrative. Even Shiki was like, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. So in my opinion, they ganged up on Luis for no reason, and they created a false narrative about him without really understanding the reason behind it. Nadia was the matured one because during her confessionals, she was like, I think these people don't understand the main reason why Luis wants to do this. It's because he wants a family of his own, seeing that he doesn't have a relationship with his parents. So Swanky and Ini, they were just being extra, honestly, because they only thought for themselves. The way I see it, they only thought for themselves. Swanky was just inserting himself. He was just inserting himself. He didn't try to put himself in Luis's shoes, right? And I genuinely feel like Luis wasn't being rude or anything. But I am honestly so proud of him for standing up for himself, even though he's the one who had to apologize at the end of the day. But I'm honestly so proud of how he stood his ground, of how Luis stood his ground, because that fight was really unnecessary, man. It was unnecessary. So yeah, guys, like so much happened on season 3. If you haven't watched Young Famous and African season 3, you can go and watch it. And it just revealed a lot of personalities. But I am honestly so proud of how everyone stood their ground and how everyone didn't tolerate like I'm honestly proud of them for like standing their ground and not allowing anyone in that group to bully them.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Also, please do not forget to follow me on my social media platforms. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.